I've always been a Cubs fan. North side, Cubs. South side, White Sox. South side, even scummier than North side. A few years ago, the White Sox won the World Series. I was supposed to hate that. I did not hate it. For one reason only. The one reason I didn't hate it is because they kept winning games, and the news would go there, and after they would win, they would interview the drunk South Side Chicago fans. And it was amazing. They go up to this kid. He's like 21 and shit-faced. This is this guy. This is the question that they asked him. First World Series berth since 1959. How do you feel as a fan? This is what this kid comes with. Right now, it's all about Hot Carl and the Shocker. They cut away.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Shantae Wayans, and you are here with another episode of The Joke Before the Laugh. I'm your host, Shantae Wayans.
I'm comedian David Jackson.
And we have another dope guest. Get him the credits.
This is Mike Bridestein, producer of Microdose Comedy, a Chicago-based comic. He's an author, two-time author, and legendary comic of the game.
Come on now.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I would have not said any of that. You would have got comedian.
You've been to Microdose.
White guy.
And which is a really dope show. You do that every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday at the Fable in Eagle Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like, you know what's funny? I've been trying to find that area because they have like record stores and stuff like that on that block, and I can't ever find, I get it mixed up with like Silver Lake.
It's like two over.
North.
Yeah, but I
north.
always miss that.
If you just find Colorado Street, you'll get to Eagle Rock.
Oh, thank you.
That's the easy way.
I'm saying I'm happy you guys came
You
into
are
my
dressed
life.
very Eagle Rock today.
Am I?
That's what I said. Well, I said Missouri, which
Yeah.
is kind of Eagle Rock.
No, it's not. Stop
well-
including Missouri in everything that you do.
It is a little bit Missouri. Ripped jeans and a sweater.
This y'all can't even. Y'all wish y'all could do this
These are
during this
intentionally
time.
ripped, though. In Missouri, they cut them off.
I know.
That's a fair point.
And it keeps like getting more and more. Anyway, Mike, we have you here. Let's talk about the microdose. How did that start?
So there was a backyard show during COVID that I was booking in Eagle Rock, and then the guy got sick of having like 80 people in his bathroom.
Yeah.
And so Fable, which is owned by Tom Sigsby, he started redoing the back. And we started the show outside in the back. And so when I got there, we had a host, this guy John Durnell, who's still out. Like he's still a comic.
Oh, I know John. Yeah,
yeah, John's great.
Great.
And he was the host of the backyard show. And then when we went to Tom with it, Tom was like, "This is great. My door guy is thinking of trying comedy." And I was like, "What?" Because that would be crazy to be like, "Can I do comedy at your place? And do you know any comedy?"
Yeah, for sure.
But so I was like, "Okay," and he's like, "So he can host it."
Yeah.
Like Danny is his name, and I was just like, I never met him or anything, Danny Ledsinger, and so I showed up. Ledsinger, like that name sounded white, like I didn't know what to expect.
It is a white name.
And he showed up, and I saw him, and immediate from across the room, he goes, "Stop playing." And like he came up to me and like hugged me, and I was like, I love him.
That's the guy that was hosting.
Yeah, and so Danny is the host of it, and we've been doing it 4 years now. He has the greatest host of a comedy show energy I've ever seen in my life, and so I lucked into that. We added David like a year and a half in to start filming it. Then he came on like full time doing sets every week. And then we added Damu Malik, who does photos. And it's my opinion that a crowd brings a crowd. So I always have him take pictures of the crowd when it's full.
Yeah.
And so because like I think when people think of comedy shows like in LA, they're like, is anybody gonna be there? Like,
yeah.
And so if I show like it's full, it's fun, like here's people having fun, like social proof, like people are like.
It is. It's like just basic human psychology.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, other people are having fun. I want to have fun.
Yeah. And it's in a bar.
And we had to train those. We moved it from outside to inside because ceiling's very good for comedy.
Yeah, for sure.
Keeps the energy in.
And
Holds
for
energy
someone
in.
like me, because I like warmth.
Warmth is great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shantae loves everything at 82 degrees.
Is that true?
Hotel
Yeah,
room,
dude.
80 degrees.
Yeah.
Car, 80 degrees.
I saw David naked this weekend because that's how high it was.
It was hot.
Plus, you were in Arizona.
Yeah.
Is it cold in Arizona
It
right
was
now?
nice and chilly.
Yeah, it was a little chilly.
Okay. Well, congrats on seeing him.
Anyway, no, but Microdose, which is dope because I went to go check it out, and then you gave me some stage time. And when I tell you, I haven't done open mic in so long that when I pulled up, I'm thinking, let's just go off the rip and stuff like that. You guys have a solid, like, I wouldn't even call it an open mic night.
It's not.
It's not. It's booked.
Oh, it's not called.
booked.
Oh, okay. But that's where you try jokes at, right?
So I try jokes on Monday, and if they work on Monday, then I put them up. See if they have legs on Wednesday. But Wednesday is the book show.
Wow, you set me up.
I didn't set you up.
He had me coming in thinking like, oh, I could work out some material. It's a full crowd, a bar, they're
I
ready
said
to laugh.
it's a show. Come check out the
You
show.
did great. It
No,
was-
thank you. They were amazing.
Yeah. So that one is booked. I have to use it as an open mic. Like that's probably what you're like. I saw you. That was open mic. No.
Yeah, I just came in with that mind frame.
The same people come a lot, like
Yeah.
over and over again. So they've seen every single thing that like we have prepared. Like
Yeah.
if like I was gonna do like an hour, they've seen all that.
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
said I'm gonna do 2 hours, they've seen all of that. So like I gotta try out stuff there like all the time.
Yeah.
It's a good pressure cooker though. Like every week, I'm like, what am I gonna do for Microdose this week?
Yeah, yeah.
I can't give them the same because they
Yeah.
literally know it all, every joke inside and out. They know the new riffs on the new tags on the new
That's
jokes.
hilarious.
Like if Danny changes a joke, it has like a new reference in it, like they'll know it.
Oh, that's funny.
It's challenging that way, but like yeah, you can't be just going up doing the same stuff over and over again and still grow as a comedian. So it is like but you are gonna eat shit a little bit sometimes.
I like that though. I like it's a great vibe, but I feel like even if you eat shit there, they're still like rooting for you.
That's more respectful to try something that doesn't work than to be like, this works. Like,
Yeah,
let's do
yeah.
this again.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's because I do it once a month too, and I do it once a month. Y'all do it once a week, but it is challenging to have to give that audience when you have a faithful audience like new jokes.
Yeah.
So I know comedians are supposed to be writing every day, but how does that work for you? Having to come up with new material every week versus like being able to go to other spots to just work your material.
I write every day anyway, but sometimes, I mean, you guys know, you're not always going to come up with something brilliant.
Yeah.
You just end up writing the same version of the same thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Try to switch
Today I
up.
wrote it in cursive.
Right.
Way funnier.
Yeah.
yeah, like so there's like if something happens in the news, like or you can riff off of stuff in the show. I think that counts. Like
Yeah.
like there's always something to play off of, but or I just try to have like a big rotation. Like
Yeah.
and I feel comfortable trying stuff there because I book it. Like I'm gonna book me again.
Yeah. You're
You know
not
what I
like
mean?
you're so bad.
I'm gonna bench myself next week. Actually,
Some weeks I should bench myself. But yeah. Yeah, I mean it's hard to, but I like a challenge, and I started using the Monday mic at the Lyric Hyperion because that also feels like a show. That's
it's the most show energy mic in Los Angeles, bar none.
This is what I'm saying. You guys set me up twice.
that one was a mic.
That one actually is a
But
mic
it was
though.
like a whole audience there.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
people, you know what I guess I look for. You don't just bring your notebook on stage to just sit it there. You look at the notes.
Yes, yeah.
And then like try to do your jokes. So when I saw people like
There's newer comics there who are good.
Yeah.
Who are given the hits. You and I did new stuff.
absolutely, I was sitting there like I wasn't expecting
Yeah,
this.
yeah. So that one is like that's a show vibe. Some people, it's free to watch if you just like want to watch. If you like, it's $4, and that one's produced by Uriah Westman, and that's Liz Zagoni hosts the first half. Kate Lev hosts the shout outs to them. But when I came from Chicago, and the open mics in Chicago were fun. In LA, they are a bummer.
Oh my God,
and
depressing.
everyone hates. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're depressing. Like the open mics in LA almost made me quit comedy.
Sure.
Almost.
What, like Marty's and stuff like that?
No, I love doing comedy in trap houses, but like year like 3 through 7 of just like doing material and like not knowing if there's no response whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm
They're
like, I
thinking
don't know
about their
what I'm
stuff.
writing.
So how do you develop if you don't have like an audience to give you feedback?
Right.
And if everybody's angry, there's no sense of community. You're not like meeting people who can connect you like in the right spots. And so like I got hired as the GM at the Lyric, and the first thing that the owner told me is like, fix this mic. And so I knew that Liz was coming in from Chicago where mics are fun. I was like, she will make it fun. She's a girl. And so like that'll automatically double the size of the crowd.
The cute girl at that.
Yeah.
So the guys will act better. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be a piece of shit if you're like, oh, I wonder if this girl would like me.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny.
Like, you're just not. Like, because like open mics can become all dude, BO, fucking angry death metal shit. Like, like
for sure.
real fast.
It could turn Valley Mike real quick.
Yeah, and that can go dark, and people won't want to come back. So you got to keep it fun.
You took like a real like Moneyball approach to the mic.
How so?
In the way that you're selecting different ingredients. Like, oh, I know this is gonna work here. You're looking at the stats, and you're like, by these stats, these people are gonna make this mic good.
Yeah.
More than you know.
Yeah.
More than you know. Because like I think
you're a baseball guy, so I was like, okay, that makes sense.
I am a baseball guy, and I read Moneyball. I saw the movie. I am always looking for things that work that no one else thinks of. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay. For example, Danny, our beloved Danny, the host of Microdose, was saying all the names wrong. And I was like,
I like Danny. That's me.
I was like, but I'm not replacing him.
Yeah.
So guess what? That's part of the show.
Yeah.
You got to make it part of the show.
Yeah.
And you got to make people understand that it's part of the show.
Yeah.
And you got to make the comics understand that it's part of the show. Because if a comic goes up there, and first of all, you're a piece of shit if you go to like, my name is this, and these are my credits.
Yeah.
Because like they don't know you.
Right.
You tell them.
Right.
You know, show them who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Make them know.
Right.
And so like there's little things that worked. I feel like that worked. Like, people love him. If he messes something up, it makes it twice as funny. Yeah. And it gives people something to play off. It's a comedy show. It's not like serious, give my name right in my credits time.
Oh no, but that's why I really actually love hosting my once a month, because you make that vibe. And when people come in, I set it up straight. If you've never been, by the time you leave, you know what you're coming into next time.
Yeah.
But it's always, I want that great vibe. I want you to come out knowing you're going to have a good time regardless.
Yeah. And there's certain people, I don't feel like I'm a good host because I feel like I have fuck you energy while I'm on stage. And you can't really do that and make it like you got to be like welcoming, like you were saying.
Yeah.
But you are a good host though, because there's times when like Danny is doing Danny, which is like saying names wrong and like doing references that no one will hear of for the rest of their lives. And the audience is like, what? And then Mike will go up, reset the table, and like give them some perspective. And then they're like, oh, okay, we're here now. Like
sometimes
I
need to coach them a little bit sometimes because I feel like, again, social proof. Like if I'm like, this is good and you guys should be on board with this. They're like, okay, we're on board with it.
Yeah.
Because like I get all those references. I'm at 46, like so I know all of the things that he's saying. And sometimes like a comic will be like, I know what he's saying, but I don't think they do. And I'm like, that's part of it.
Yeah.
Roll with it.
He was really fun regardless. I enjoyed him. There's so many levels I want to talk about because I want to bring that back up later in the show. But I do want to ask, first of all, when did you start comedy and what was younger Mike like?
I started doing stand-up at the University of Iowa in Iowa City in 2002.
Gang.
Yeah, 2002. So 20.
Yeah, you and me. I'm 2003. Yeah.
Wow. Sister.
Yeah, what?
Even though I'm glad to be with you.
we were the same person.
I don't know.
Younger me, I had a public access show in high school, like
Whoa.
so like
Hilarious.
VHS, like and linear editing and like all that.
Okay, flex.
Yeah, I wanted to be funny. I lived in Iowa in a small town called Muscatine, Iowa, and like it's Mississippi Rivertown, and I didn't
Hell
know
yeah.
where to perform. Like
Yeah.
that just didn't exist. And
You said Musketeer?
Muscatine.
Oh, Muscatine. It's
Yeah,
like
Mark
Get it
Twain.
right.
Mark Twain lived there, a good
it's
Missouri
right.
boy.
A good
Yeah.
Missouri boy. That's right. And comic writer.
The references.
Yeah, Mark Twain. That's a deep reference. And yeah, so like when I went to college, I started dating a girl that bartended at a bar that had a comedy night, and I knew that the host was a student, and I knew that he was graduating, and I was like, "Can I do that when he graduates?" And so they had me audition, and like I just packed it out with as many friends as I could, and I told them, like, let's just laugh like it's funny.
Regardless of what.
And they did, and I murdered my first time, and then not again for like a year.
What was the approach like getting on stage to do your first set?
Oh man, I was just trying to think of like anything I'd ever said that was funny, and I sat down and tried to write comedy jokes. You know what I mean? Like, okay,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, it's just like embarrassing now, but like you got to start somehow.
Yeah. It's the hardest thing to
You
do.
don't know how how the instrument works yet. So,
Yeah.
So you're like, and it's funny because like there's a 17-year-old girl who started doing stand up that works. We have her like work check-in at the door at the Lyric, and you can see her doing the same things, but like at 17.
Oh, you saw her.
Yeah. I said I like
Blue, yeah, Blue
Yeah,
Rodent.
yeah.
And so she's kind of like, I don't know what type of comic I want to be yet.
Yeah.
So she'll do like jokes, or she'll talk about like personal stuff, and it's kind of interesting because like when you start, like you don't know. I mean, or maybe you think that you know, and then you have like a revelation.
Yeah.
And you go in a different direction. Like it's fun to see that happen with like other people and know that it definitely. I knew that it was easier to get like a groan
Yeah.
because silence was death.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of time I would err on the side of like, well, I'm gonna be disgusting.
Yeah. So you
Make them feel.
Yeah, make them
Make
feel,
them feel something.
Yeah.
Make them feel something.
that's
'Cause
not I mean, I love dark humor, but it was like that sex or
sex. Yeah, because there was no role models.
Yeah.
There was like,
Yeah.
there's no mentor. There's nowhere to do it. I would drive 40 minutes once a month to do Penguins, like open mic at
Oh
like,
my
there's
gosh.
one club in like, so, and there's nobody on campus who's doing it.
Yeah.
There's no
Wow.
like,
it's
you know,
just
You're in
you
a
and the
comedy
bartender.
desert.
it's me and the bartender, and then like me asking the comics who would come in. They'd be like, "You got to go to like a city, dude."
Not
And so I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go to Chicago."
Yeah.
And then I had to relearn everything.
Yeah.
You know.
Oof.
Chicago had to be hard.
Yes, and it was like there was one. Zany's was the only club at the time, and so it was just like me and a bunch of like 22-year-olds like figuring it out. But those 22-year-olds became, Hannibal, Pete Holmes, Kumail Nanjiani, Nate Bargatze was around, like Kyle Kinane was around, like T.J. Miller. Some like people who came out of that scene. We were all just like open micing with each other.
That's flex.
So cool.
Yeah, that's a lot of flex.
We
right
didn't
there.
know that was Nate Bargatze.
Yeah, no, for sure. But all of you guys, because I mean, you're
Yeah.
doing a lot of amazing things as well. So like to say it now and be like, these were the people I was in the streets with.
And that's whenever I tell people at that mic, I was like, look around the room. Like,
Yeah.
in 5-10 years, you're gonna be like, Ray Lau was here.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like, you name it. Like, Eden,
Liz Zagoni.
Liz Zagoni.
Yeah.
She's got a manager like meeting off of her special that just came
Kate
out.
Lav. Yeah,
Kate Lav,
dude.
like you can look around that room and be like, this person was there. Because like every now and then I'll know like a comic who's like famous, and people are like, how the fuck do you know them?
Yeah.
I'd be like, he was just like a dude.
Yeah.
You
We
know.
were all bombing at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm still bombing, but he was bombing with me back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there was because I think that's a lot of lesson. Like a lot of people, I remember Gerard Carmichael. He used to do Bliss Cafe on Vine.
Yeah.
You been there?
Sounds like
It's not there anymore, but it was very small cafe. They also did meetings there for addicts.
Yeah.
But anyway, I remember the pushback people used to give him, and then he blew up, and obviously people want to be in his circle now.
yeah.
So I think it's interesting. Was there anything that you've learned or been able to maintain in that era?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people won't do that now. They're don't understand the clicky part.
Yeah, like you're saying, like with comedy in general from that part, or for like the
Well,
clicky part of
comedy
it?
and relationships, because like I said, a lot of comedians might not like somebody at the
Yeah.
time, or they don't really embrace the friendship, and
Yeah,
then you see this person blow up.
I'm the wrong person to ask that because like I hold grudges. Like I'm so petty. And I hold grudges, and there's people that don't even know I hate them.
Yeah.
Like, and I got a long memory.
Yeah.
I keep score. I am a bad person. But
I get that though.
so yeah, like, but I always try to remind myself, like, no one owes you anything. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And like, if you try to sell people on like you owe me, or like that's the last person they're gonna pick. You got to give
Yeah.
value, or you're not gonna get picked.
100%.
Like, what is it about you that? What do you have to offer? What does it benefit them to help you?
Yeah.
What are you bringing to the table? Like, and so like I hear sometimes when I hear like younger comics like at the Lyric or wherever complaining about stuff, it also reinforces in me like, okay, I see this in myself and I need to quit doing it like at my age also.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the same things, but also like, you know, there's a young comic named TV Head, right? He was like
I love TV Head.
TV Head, he puts a TV on his head. So I fucking love this guy. He puts a TV on his head and he's TV Head. And he goes up and he does bits. It's a working thing. His name's Arthur, and he's getting things from this act because he is the only fucking person putting a TV on his head. And so there's some comics who are like, well, he wouldn't be getting it if he didn't put a TV on his head. I'm like, where's your fucking TV?
Yeah.
He also like built this like TV contraption. He's like an engineer at JPL.
Yeah, he
Like,
works at
he's very
JPL. He's a
smart.
rocket scientist.
So he built this contraption, put it on his head, and like connects it to the microphone wire when he gets on stage. I'm like, yeah, he earned that. He didn't like buy this on Amazon and like
He hooked it
made
up.
this
Well,
thing.
how bad would it be if he went through all of that and then found out?
He's bombing.
Have no jokes. He's like, I'm just gonna turn me off. But most people will say that that's very gimmicky. But he actually has.
He's got right. So people would dismiss it as gimmicky, but then and then not have anything special about themselves.
Absolutely.
And so like Harper Rose Drummond, who I'm directing her special on Friday.
Shout out Harper.
One time like a comic in New York like dissed her because she does like a lot of idiosyncrasies where she does stuff with the microphone, makes little sounds, and I find it to be like awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody said to her like that was like a gimmick, and I was like, that is the biggest loser shit I've ever heard. Like, you fucking do it then.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
You make
yeah.
that, you make your noise if it's so easy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
she's
if
playing
all you
with
got to do,
rhythm.
yeah.
She's not like doing cheating comedy. She's working with the rhythm of comedy, and like she knows how to break tension.
Yeah, if it's funny and if it's different, especially, I think there's a lot you could do with it. I think, when you think gimmicky, it's like, I don't know. I'm trying not to say certain things, but even like putting on, the hackiness, the putting on a bird suit or something like that without, again, having jokes. You know what I mean? Like, you have to, if it's coming from a place, and I just saw, shout out to Adam Ray. I hate to love him. He is amazing, but I just saw him do. He's coming out as different characters
Dr.
on
Phil.
stage. He did this character Jeremy, and this is the first time I've seen it. But he comes on stage and he's doing a shit, and he doesn't really have jokes, but he's like, and if you could commit to stuff like that,
Yeah.
I want to see TV Man, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, TV Head.
I have to see TV Head.
I just think that like the whole point was that like be the only one doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is like the most clear-cut example. Like that's Nick Vatterott, a good friend of mine, was like, man, when I think of comics now, it's like they're either woke or anti-woke. This guy's TV Head.
That's hilarious. That is
And that was, shout out to TV Head.
yeah.
Everybody who I've named, I think is great, and I think that if you dislike them, you're wrong. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's
Objectively, you're wrong.
yeah, and so I don't want to highlight just somebody saying something negative about them. I want to highlight that they are one of one, and that they have idiosyncrasies that make them unique. And if you're not getting stuff in your career, it's probably like a lot of it has to do with like how many other people are like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
I think so too. I want to get back into you before we expand that, but for you, because going from Idaho to Chicago,
Iowa.
Same thing to a lot of people.
Yeah,
Midwest.
one of the eyes.
One's Midwest.
Even worse, actually. I was trying to give him a little bit more.
Oh, my bad.
But well, that transfer and so coming from Iowa, now you feel like you reached a level of funny that you could take to another state, right?
So yeah, when I was in Chicago, the MySpace came out like right around that time.
The MySpace came
Right.
out.
The MySpace came out. MySpace came out, right? And I was in this group with a lot of those guys, and so I had a video get put on the front page of MySpace that was directed by Jordan Vogt Roberts, who ended up doing like Kong Skull Island, but he was like a child. And I got a manager out of it that was in LA. The girl I was dating at the time lived in LA. I got a monthly show at UCB, which is like that was like the coolest place in the world to me at the time. And then we got a monthly at the Hollywood Improv, which was like the cool club at the time. And so I was like, I wanted to move to New York, but I was like, I gotta do LA. And I had started doing well on a consistent basis.
Got you.
Yeah.
You got. When did that spark click though? Like, when did you know that? Oh snap! Like, I'm finding my voice now.
You know what was funny is like when the comics started actually talking to me. You know what I mean? Like when it was like
Yep.
like someone turned to me and was like, and Mike said like, and I was like, they know my name.
Yeah.
1,000,000%.
Like, and I would sit at like the cool table at the
Yeah,
mic,
yeah,
and
yeah.
no one was like,
Yeah. What is he
like,
doing?
what
here?
are you doing? You
That's
know?
great.
So it took, yeah, and then I moved out here. Kind of, I felt like I was fully formed. I mean,
Yeah.
like I was 28, but yeah, I think that I felt like I was ready. Still, I remember the booker of the Improv at the time, the guy before Eric Abrams, so I can't remember, told my manager I was green, and that hurt my feelings.
I've had that.
But that was, but because I didn't feel like I was, but
Yeah.
like to an LA guy who has seen everybody, I was still like young. But because it's weird because comedy, you feel like you're too young for so long, and then you feel like you're the right age, and then it immediately goes away, and then you're the old guy at the mic.
Yeah.
Yep.
That used to be true. I think, especially back in the day. I'm 43, so a lot of things have bypassed, and I thought the same thing. Like, I'm getting older, and so forth and so on, and should I move on to something else? But I think we just have different stages of our life that we can, show to the world, because a lot of people are afraid to talk about. They talk about getting older and stuff like that, but there's a whole other level of life you're living now.
Yeah, and there's just so many
1000%.
different like stories of stand up and testimonies that like it's almost like your duty to like see it through and tell your story of success and what that linearly I'm making words up. What that linearly looked like, because that could be the testimony that helped someone else, who started when they were 40,
Yeah.
get into comedy. Like we need all this. We need all the stories.
Yeah.
Like, how old was Eddie Pepitone when he started? 50?
Who is Eddie Pepitone?
Oh, you don't know Eddie Pepitone? You would love Eddie Pepitone.
He's very
I'm so
very
horrible
funny.
with names. If I seen him, I probably know.
You know,
If you
know-
heard his
know
voice.
face.
Yeah.
He's a loud old white man who is like, I'll be on the floor at the end of his set.
Not like a Mitch Hedberg kind of.
No, man. One time Hedberg called me because my friend was opening for him at Zanies, and he knew he's like, that was my guy.
Yeah.
He called. I reacted the way like a teenage girl would react if like a boy band called them.
Yeah, Mitch that's
That
dope.
was my guy.
Yeah.
And that's a good person to learn jokes from too. Like that was like I liked also. I am not slick on stage. I'm messy. Like I don't get words right. Like I will fuck up
Same.
a joke.
Yeah.
And so like slick comedians, like what, like I've always kind of felt like That's not me.
Yeah.
Did you envy that though, or
Of course, like it's a level of, but I am gonna embrace how not cool I am and how cool I feel, like not cool I feel.
Yeah.
Amen.
So he was cool. Mitch was cool. Like, but he was also like, yeah, that joke was fucking stupid.
Yeah. When I saw him, I mean, but the hardest thing for me is he's one-liner.
Yeah.
So to do that on stage for 45 minutes to an hour, I'm like, bro.
And you go one joke to the
yeah,
next.
how much more
Ugh.
material? Because I love like watching people do stand-up and then going, damn, there's so much more that you could have talked about.
Yeah.
But that one-liner stuff got to be some of the hardest.
It's because you got to tell in like a 1 minute chunk. That's
Yeah.
like.
He's basically telling 50 jokes on stage.
I went to the dentist. All that did was bite my neck. Don't go see Dr. Acula. Like, that's how long is that joke? I called shotgun in a limousine. I fucked up. How long is that joke? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
This was a heroin addict.
Yeah.
Who could have talked about his struggles and how hard his life is and like getting his shit together. This is a man who's going through stuff.
Yeah.
He had to lose a leg because of heroin abuse. And he's out there like, I like rice because I'm hungry and I want to eat 1,000 or something.
Yeah.
Knowing that backstory actually makes me laugh harder at the jokes that he's doing because I'm like, bro, you do have all this stuff to talk about.
You got so much to talk about.
Yeah.
Like there was a guy that came in with OR scrubs to the open mic, and like I was like, this guy sees all kinds of shit during the day.
Yeah.
Like he sees suffering, he sees death probably, and like so this is like his character. This might be interesting. And he was like, you know what I hate? Hawaiian pizza. And I was like, stand up sucks sometimes.
That is hilarious.
Because you could be talking about real shit. I mean, I'm glad Hedberg didn't talk about real shit, but it would have been like amazing.
Yeah, I would love to see what his one-liner spin would have been like if he would have talked about those stories.
I mean, he had like I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too.
Yeah.
And that was like a famous one.
I love that. What is a Mike Bridestein? I gotta say it a certain way.
Says it like the Chinese part of the Work It song by Missy Elliott.
It's the only way I can remember. Am I even saying it right? Yeah. Bridestein.
Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah,
Think about that.
But I can only say it right that way. It's not gonna work if I say it regular.
You're good.
But what is a Mike Bridestein?
Please keep saying it.
What is a joke are you storyteller one-liner, and then what is a joke?
Oh, any joke?
Yeah. Well, I'm saying like what kind of comic are you?
Okay, I like to tell stories, but if I got a joke, I'm gonna do the joke.
Yeah.
You know
Throw
what I
that
mean?
into.
Yeah. So like for me, like I never found a thing. So it's like I like to tell stories though. I think that's my favorite thing.
Yeah. Bring it from like life experience and
Anecdotal,
Yeah. Yes.
as the French say. Yeah.
Yes. So like, is that a French word?
Anecdotal?
Yeah.
I believe so. It's the French or...
If you come with
I'll believe you, but I saw your face lose confidence.
yeah.
It's probably French. Anecdotal.
Okay. Yeah.
Has there been a joke that that you really want to bring back to the stage, or just kind of shelved, but you just like, man, there was something funny in this?
I have a story about a bullfight that I saw in Peru when I was in college. That it's like a long story, and it's like it was my closer on an album.
Yeah.
And so like I don't want to like bust it out because like I don't need to know if it's good or whatever.
Yeah.
But like it's probably my favorite thing to tell.
It's the best. I love that story.
And so like I was in college. I was doing coke. And my parents sent me to go live with my sister who was living in South America. So joke one is like, if you want to get off cocaine, might not want to go to South America. And when I say for the nerds in here, sometimes you need to go to Mordor to get rid of the precious.
Clock it.
And then so I have to explain bullfights. And so the next joke in the story, I explained like bullfighting is a sport that's so masculine. You have to dress the way your grandma would say. It's pretty fucking gay. Like or. Somebody will usually be slightly homophobic right before I go up, or I'll bring in what they said. Danny referred to somebody as, oh man, what did he say? Like not zesty. It was something like, but he meant gay, and like the whole crowd was like, "Don't do this, don't do this,
Please don't do
Pull
it.
back, pull
They're
back.
like, we cannot be seen laughing at homophobia.
Yeah.
It used to just be like death or, crazy or something like that. Now we can't talk about. But what do you feel like was the hard piece in telling that joke?
What do you mean?
Do you feel like it was too? Did it work or did it?
That one just took me. Storytelling is hard because you have to be comfortable in silence.
Yeah.
And so they will tell you when, like, you're not like giving them enough.
Yeah.
And so like there's stories that I've told like I'm just like there's just too much talking.
Yeah.
Without them responding. So you have to hide jokes into the thing.
Yeah.
And so finding like, because in a story, and you can't be like, and by the way, and like do like a fucking yickety dickety, like,
Yeah.
like you got to fucking just say it like it's part of the story.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, so there's like, I have a lot of stories that took me like a minute. But once you get it, it's like so much more rewarding than just like a really good like snappy one. For me anyway. And so like, and sometimes they'll tell you what the joke is, and you'll be wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, that's not even the funny part.
Like so here's something that happened to me. That this is just the thing that happened. It's not the joke. I was in an Uber, and the guy goes, "You know who you look like?" And then I was like, "Who?" And he goes, "Oh man, this actor." And I was like, awesome.
Yeah.
And then he's like, he was in that X-Men movie. And I was like, fucking yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, he was Beast. And I was like, I couldn't picture it. And then he's like, he was in Cheers. I go, Kelsey Grammer. And so he's like, yes. And so I thought that the joke was going to be the fact that I look like Kelsey Grammer to him.
Yeah.
And that he made me fucking excitedly guess
Yeah.
who it was. But one time I told it like this. I go, I had an Uber driver goes, "Do you know who you look like?" And then he couldn't think of who it was. That's
like
not a cool thing to do to somebody. Like, and that became the biggest laugh in the thing. And so, like the Kelsey Grammer stuff, they're like, "We don't care."
That's funny.
Yeah.
Where did you? Because I could see you like trying to. At a certain point, you want to see what he thinks of you. So you're like, what, Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
And he's like, no,
definitely not.
You're like naming all these people you want to.
Yeah.
Oh, was he like Thor?
Like Storm?
Thor?
Naming all these things. Whoa, the
Gambit?
confidence blows.
Yeah.
Always.
Kelsey Grammer, not a bad looking guy, but also in his 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any jokes that you would shelf, or do you just say like, screw it, I'm doing what I?
Yeah, if the reference is done. I used to have so many. I did a Karate Kid joke when you were there, and they were just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Karate. I'm so like my brain just is like, "Oh man, Karate Kid's funny."
Yeah.
Joke. So I used to have this bit. Oh my god. Okay, if you guys hate this, we'll take this out.
I can't
used to
wait.
have this joke where I would be like, "Oh, my favorite song is from the Karate Kid, but I can't. It's not on the soundtrack. What is the name of the song?" And I would make people yell out like "Cruel Summer." I'd be like, "It's not that," or they'd be like, "It's Glory Love." I'd be like, "That's from Karate Kid 2. Please leave." And they'd be like, "I Have the Tiger," and I'd be like, "It's from fucking Rocky 3. What
Right.
the fuck is happening?" Like they were just trying to like help me. And there's a scene where Mr. Miyagi gets drunk and he sings a song, and I'd be like, the song just goes like this: "Oh, die." Okio no Danielson Bonsai, and I would make them fucking sit there through that whole thing. I'm telling you, that killed from like 04
Not
to
04.
like 2017, and then but in 2017 they were just like they were getting younger. And
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
That movie came out in '84, bro.
Yeah, you could, but you
Dang.
could bring that back if you get a certain type of crowd.
Yes,
Because nowadays,
racist against
Yeah.
Asians. Yeah, what do you fit my Venn diagram of old enough and okay to laugh at that crazy ass accent that I was doing?
I just like the participation, and it's just drunk. Like that's so specific to remember.
You have to have seen the movie.
Yeah.
And so like I also do one.
And know it.
I do one about Independence Day that you have to know. So like, I don't know how long this is gonna work, but like, Will Smith had a show called Welcome to Earth, and I was like, it's perfect because in Independence Day he punches an alien in the face and he says "Welcome to Earth," and I was like, everything he does now should be named after lines that I'm thinking of from the 1996 hit movie Independence Day. But the next thing he did is it was about the Williams sisters, and he called it King Richard. He fucked up. He could have called it "I got to get me 2 of these." And it's like, how long is that gonna work?
Right.
You have to know every line of the movie.
Yeah. But this is why it's good. Like, I don't think when it was out. No, social media was out when King Richard came out. But those are jokes that I would just post to social media without worrying about it again.
Yeah, sure.
Because you're like, this is not gonna work in 15 years.
Yeah.
You gotta stay relevant.
This is not evergreen.
Right.
I might do that joke tonight, though.
Yeah.
I hope
might
you do.
pull up just to see that joke.
I mean, if it was like I did one about the Winter Olympics last week. That one is done forever. You know what I mean? Or if like you had to, because like the news moves so fast now.
Yeah.
If it's like, like I had jokes about how Joe Biden was dying, and people are just like, okay.
Yeah, they're like, actually, we found out he is dead.
Yeah,
and that was
like
a clone.
during your set.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I don't really like doing politics or news unless there's something on point that I
Like
can do
juicy.
that day. Because that's the real separation. Like, I mean, I'll do it if there's something like, really stand out, or if I feel like I could tweak it. But you were saying earlier in the show that what's the separation between you and so many people? And I think there are comedians who's really great at those type of jokes.
Yes, yeah.
But then you're like, I always go, how do I separate myself, even if I'm talking about my lifestyle or something like that?
Yeah,
Because 9 times out of 10, I may be the only one in there doing those type of jokes.
Yeah, whatever. Everybody has something in them that makes them one of one.
Yeah.
And that is their superpower.
Yeah.
I think. So if you are like not talking, I yell at him all the time about this because I'm like, if you're not doing it, like it's just like a wasted opportunity to stand out.
Yeah.
It's better to be only than try to be the best of like 1,000.
I feel that.
Put a fucking TV on your head.
Yeah, I do it. My thing is like figuring out, and I've gotten way better at it, figuring out how to make other people okay with the type of things I'm talking about. Because sometimes it's a topic that's like they get so nervous. They're like, oh my God, are we allowed to laugh at this? I'll be like talking about my dad being homeless or like growing up in the woods, and they're like, whoa, we don't want to touch
But when you
that,
talk about going to
bucko.
prison, that's so fun and like
I
they
heard
love
that's
it.
this weekend.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I've learned to like,
Visiting
I
your
get
dad
better
in
at
prison.
like communicating with the audience. Like, this is fun for me.
yeah.
Don't make it not fun for me. And also, like, I'm a big believer of just having fun on stage. Because like, even if the audience isn't laughing or tracking what you're talking about, if they see you having fun, we're going on the boat with you. Like,
Yeah.
we're going.
Yeah, but here's my issue with someone like you, and you've referenced
You got
this
issues
with
with
Mitch.
me?
Yeah, with Mitch Hedberg, is that you have, when I hear you talk and you tell your stories, I go, what are you doing? Like, not that you're not funny on stage, but I go, why are you not bringing this to the stage? And I get that.
Oh, you hear me talk in normal life?
Yeah, well, I want you to feel comfortable in doing whatever you do. This is your voice you're finding, but I'm saying you have so much stuff that's relatable and to throw it out there. When I heard the prison bit, I mean, that got a really big laugh, but I do understand how some people feel uncomfortable. I just think that sometimes that's just a rearranging in the set.
Yeah, no, I'm learning that like real time. Like I'm learning to like adjust these things and like I'm figuring out little tool. I'm gathering little tools to like boom boom like manipulate the audience's perception so that they're in a mental state that they can like, okay, I know what to do here.
Yeah, because
If
like
that
you
makes
were
sense.
raised in the woods.
Right.
Your father was a homeless pimp
Right.
who was in and out of prison. And you talk about Pokemon on stage.
Yeah.
And he has
Pretty fun.
like the fact that he has like white siblings and all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, man.
You have a cape with an S on it, and you're like, I'm gonna stay on the ground.
Yeah. I love
I'm
Hawaiian
trying to
pizza.
fly. I'm trying to fly.
But you are funny. It's just
No,
we
I'm
just
just like,
go like,
yeah.
bro.
What do you mean it's just? I'm doing the things you guys are asking me to do on stage. I'm doing it.
But you know what's funny? I'm
I'm not on the part of the journey you want me to be on.
No.
But like I'm driving.
I'm teasing. I just think that like that, but the ceiling on that it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like so that's like when you make that like universally like okay, and dude, we're gonna be bragging that we were on this couch with you.
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
stop it.
Yeah, no, it's real stuff. But again, we all are trying to. There's things people tell me to do that I'm like, I'm not
Sure.
the comfort there yet, or trying to because the silence, the non-laughter. Like I get all that and trying to maneuver through those type of jokes.
Yeah, when he told me the premise of this show, like I was thinking about like I have a story about how I threw up on the same girl twice in 2 years apart.
Yeah.
And I remember doing that. I think I was opening for Bert Kreischer, and it was at like the Irvine Improv. This is like 2012.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how many 600 people. I don't know how many people fit in there, but they fucking were just looking at me like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
And they would let me tell stories, and then like it's a drinking crowd. I just didn't. For what I could just hear one of my friends in the back room howling, laughing at how bad I was eating shit.
Yeah.
Which is the best and the worst. Like I look at it back fondly now because it's like that's your friend. You know what I mean? But like now I'm just like, oh my, it registers as trauma.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I remember the room. It's like terrible. But like all they needed, I think, was like a few more jokes.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
set up the situation and to make it okay.
Yeah.
Because I threw up on the same girl twice. I'm gonna lose the crowd.
Yeah.
They're gonna turn on me. I have to tell them multiple times, I am the villain in this story.
I love when you do that though. It's like it is such a like it takes the handcuffs off immediately and we're like, okay.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you gotta tell, like if you took a shit up on stage, sometimes you gotta be like, there's a shit right there, but we're moving past it.
Yeah.
You gotta be self-aware a little bit.
Yeah.
But it almost like turns it on the crowd and it challenges the crowd because when you say it on stage, the crowd is like, I bet he probably wasn't that. And then you do the story and they're like, oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
you were.
the
You are the
non-belief.
villain actually.
Yeah, you can feel them backing away, and you can say stuff like, I feel you turning on me. You promised me at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like there's this little stuff like that. They just always have to know that you're driving the bus.
Yeah.
I think. And so if they're like, no one's driving the bus, and like you haven't told them like anything in a while, there's one right now that I can't figure out. Like there's like a story. I was working in the 71st floor of the Aon building in Chicago. I was going down a floor to sneak away from like training class. I got caught in between the stories, 70 and 71. And so I thought the fastest way was to go down the stairs. And like, so like you're going in a circle. Like I got dizzy and like that's 71 industrial flights of stairs. I don't know how long it took me. And so I have a story about that, like in going back up and like, I thought I was going to get fired, but I was just covered in sweat. And so like I have this full self-deprecating story about it. And it needs like 3 times as many jokes.
Yeah.
And once it does, I'll be cooking. But, you know.
But that's from the throw up on the girl 2 times.
No, that one I just threw up. We went camping. I threw up on her, and then like I have to set up that like I wanted to see this girl, and like another year went by.
Yeah,
I didn't see
yeah.
her. And I want to be like I have my shit together. I'm 21 now. Like I haven't thrown up from drinking since. And then like I saw her at a bar, and we did shot, and I threw up on her again.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. That has happened to me in my life.
I think you're allergic to her, not the
Yeah.
not the drink.
Yeah, there's a girl named Tara in Idaho.
Oh yeah.
That
I think you're definitely allergic. We should run a third
third
meeting.
test?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
see.
Let's bring her to microdose.
Yeah.
I love it though, man. I love that. I mean, we. There's so many things that we did not talk about.
Oh, I have a quick question.
Yeah. I'm not.
So when you have a bit premise, especially one that's like anecdotal or like a long story, and you're trying to work in, like sneak in the structure of the bits in there, just to keep the balloon in the air. Is that something that you physically write sometimes, or is this something that you kind of meditate when you're driving?
It was a laundromat thing for me, like just sitting there and like just running the bit in my head, because I think that like it's written, but I just needed like
Like you're sitting in a laundromat?
I was sitting in the laundromat, and I was just like, and so like one of the bits that like so for the bullfighting story, one of the jokes that I hid in there was like sometimes you need to go to Mordor to get rid of the precious or whatever. Like I was just like, okay, that's like a half-assed joke, but it'll get like a pop there. Or bullfighting is a sport. This is a stand. If I went up on stage and I was like, bullfighting is a sport that's so masculine, you have to dress pretty fucking gay.
Yeah.
Like that sucks.
Yeah.
But that's a joke.
Yeah.
And if you give it in the context of the story, it'll get something.
Yeah.
And so I feel like hiding the seams, like the jokes don't even have to be strong, but it has to be something.
Right.
And so like if you go too long and you don't, kind of talk them through it and be like, okay, we're still in joke time. You got to just, they will, I think that the silence, and you'll feel it, but then I think that sitting in a car, like thinking about the joke, whenever you have time to think about the joke or think about like, okay, I need something there. But also that's me being like, my glasses work for me. You put them on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So like if you work better, like sitting down and brainstorming it, like at a keyboard or whatever, like however gets your mind going to think about what should go there, I guess.
That makes sense. I mean, sometimes I'll be driving and I'll think of something and I'll say it a certain way in the car, and I'll pull over and do a voice memo because I don't want to forget how I delivered it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I've written it down on my notes app before and been like, that's not
Yeah.
funny. It's not funny.
Not
So
what
I
I
have to
thought it
like
was
do
gonna
the
be.
voice memo so I hear how I thought it. in
Yeah,
that
like I
moment.
remember hearing Chris Rock had like a separate line that he would call and say the jokes into, because you're writing it down is a different part of your brain than saying it out loud. And sometimes you'll see people and you'll be like, that was funny on paper, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, or sometimes I'll walk through the mall. I like going to like the Galleria in Glendale, and I'll do laps, and I'll just say a joke over and over until I figure it out.
I like driving in silence. That's
Yeah.
where I
Yep.
become my most creative. Like,
Yeah.
even if I need to step out the house, the minute I get in that car and start driving, I'm like, oh, show idea, this, that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
That's your
why-
shower.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't I do this at home? Because I will not sit down.
Because you're not looking at your phone because you're
Yeah,
hopefully.
yeah. No. I'm like, actually, I am.
You're
no.
10 and 2.
But two things with what you said. One, I feel like because we all have like a well-rounded audience that will come see us. And I think like when you do Pokemon stuff, or if you're doing like the bull riding stuff, it's on a like a smarter level in a way, or people that travel and stuff like that. But I wonder if y'all could, like, if you said Pokemon and I didn't know what that was, is there a reference you give?
Yeah.
To bring them back? Because once people see, oh, I've never been to Spain, or I've never seen the bull rider, but if you reference it to something,
Yeah. So I try to explain it, even if I think that they know it. Because I used to think that like the crowd would get mad if you explain it. Be like, I know, but no, they like to feel smart.
yeah.
But-
Oh,
Like, or there used to be a podcast I would listen to where like one of the people was new to the thing, and he'd be like, "Wait, what is that?" And sometimes I get annoyed. Sometimes I'd be like, "I did want to know that."
yeah.
Because
for
like
sure.
I don't know everything.
Yeah,
And so if I'm like, okay, in that bullfighting joke, I explain a bullfight has 3 parts. The first part is the cape thing. You guys have all seen the cape thing. Most bullfight, and like I walk people through it because I was seeing it for the first time, and I have a device in the joke where I have this guy sit down next to me and explain how bullfighting works.
Yeah.
And so he's telling me. So I get to tell what he's saying without fucking mansplaining.
Yeah.
That's smart.
A guy's telling me.
That's really
Yeah.
smart.
I get to control the mise en scène, that's a French word, of the
Is it?
joke. Like
Is
everything in it is a lie unless I say that it's true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And so was there a guy there? There was. But did he need to be there? No. Sometimes like Bill Burr will have himself lose an argument to his wife. And so he was like, why isn't black pilot cultural appropriation?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, and then she'll like destroy him. And instead of him, so what he's telling you is that's the correct opinion.
Yeah,
his wife's.
yeah.
But instead of being like, people who say that are stupid because this,
Yeah.
he gets to be an idiot and then gets to be destroyed by, he gets to control all of that. He could have just said it.
Yeah.
And so there's ways that you can like manipulate a joke or how to make it okay. That's how you make it okay.
Yeah.
You get to control everything in the story.
Right.
Like no one's like, if you lie in this joke, you're gonna go to jail.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Like Curtis Cook is a liar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just like Trojan horsing like hard truths into his act by like, you know,
He's just reframing. He's
reframing
He's so good at like framing and reframing every fucking thing.
yeah.
They're just like, oh, this guy's a brilliant fucking savant.
Yeah.
If like I need to explain Pokemon, or like my friend was like, I don't even know what Pokemon is, and I was like, first of all, you don't know, blah blah blah. Like I don't know it. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Digimon and
They Japanese animals that can say their name. you
Right.
know?
yeah. So like, there's ways that you can do stuff that keeps us grounded, like in the bit. Like a friend of mine like didn't know what it was, and so I got to be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fun.
Instead of being like, you guys don't know it.
Yeah.
You can have a dumb friend who doesn't know it.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's really like that's crazy. You could just switch things around like that. and it'll
whatever
change
is
the whole
easier
joke.
for them to understand.
Right.
Yeah.
You need like my friend David Angelo writes. He's the Republican on the Daily Show. They always have like a Republican like on the, and he's
Yeah.
like, if you can make the joke without any references, do that.
Yeah.
Because if the whole thing hinges on a reference and they don't get it, it's cooked.
Yeah.
But if you're like, if you can just say the thing without it, you should always do that. Like we see that with like we were talking about Danny's references earlier. Sometimes they don't know who David Justice is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like remember when Halle Berry was dating David Justice? Like I do.
Yeah.
No
None
one
of
else
these people.
does.
Yeah.
Like, is that Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah.
You gotta say, I have a. Do you think that people are going? Do you think there's been a lot of switch ups in comedy where people are trying to ride the trending train?
Of course. Yeah, there's people who are like, this is the cool thing. I want to try it. But that's, there's always been like my hosting agent wants me to try stand up.
Yeah,
There's always been that.
yeah, but now I feel like even really good comedians that I've seen have taken a side. This is going political because those are the things algorithm is just picking up
Hit
and
me
doing
with
those
it.
stuff.
Hit me with
but
it.
it's like you were this type of comedian before, and now you're just riding this wave.
Yeah.
And it's so far off of who I thought you were, which
Yeah.
you could be whoever you want. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, but I'm like, are you doing this?
Right. Is this who you are? Or
Or
are
is
you
this
just
because
surfing?
Yeah, like I wonder how that
This is Snoop Lion.
translates.
Yeah, 100%.
Like this is
No one's gonna get no. I got that reference. No one's gonna get that.
I know that reference.
I mean so people let people get their bag, but it's also like what they're doing. And
Yeah,
like
yeah,
okay, like and you don't have to respect it. you
Yeah.
know? Like I know exactly what you're saying. Like some people are like so also there's a lot of comics or a handful of comics who are like, I'm gonna be conservative or whatever.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna be anti-woke. I'm gonna say stuff like to try to get right-wing people like, and that they're not, it's a grift.
yeah.
But like I think that Kid Rock is a grift. Kid Rock doesn't give a fuck about any of the shit that he's saying,
Yeah.
probably. Like, but he knows that there's money to be. He has no relevance in this day and age. So he's finding relevance with being like, I like the president, and people are like, okay. And there's enough people that do that he can sing "Ba with the Ba." It's not at a fucking state fair.
Yeah.
No
That's
disrespect to
interesting.
"Ba with the Ba" at state fairs. But
Solid
like,
track.
But he's playing the halftime of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because he found like a thing.
Yeah.
And
Fake
so,
halftime.
I mean, so that
And he walk
is
out. He's like, all right, let's go to the barbecue, guys.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
Black
yeah,
Prince.
yeah. Does he have like a black son?
That's funny.
Does he?
I think he does.
Well,
It's
you
me.
know, the crazy, this is what's funny because there's been a lot of like leadership that's not the white guy that I thought it was. Like the Proud Boys is led by a Latino. A Latino guy started this shit, and
That's some
in
Bugs
the
Bunny
inland-
ass shit.
Yep.
so
That's some Bugs Bunny. Look over there.
Yeah.
even people who have like, you know, the very thing that you feel Trump is talking about, it's still like it's always like the not you though, you know what I mean, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But I wouldn't even have thought of that about Kid Rock because look wise and all that stuff, like I completely forgot his past, but look wise and stuff, you just go, oh, I see him riding that train.
He has always been kind of a grifter. He started like before. He had one called Yodeling in the Valley. He had a high top. Like he was doing the Vanilla Ice thing. When
my
that went
God.
out of style, he came back in the new metal era when Korn and Limp Bizkit were big. So
Yep.
Yeah.
so he's on a new thing.
Yeah.
Just so happened to be Vanilla Ice. Now you just so happen to be Korn.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then when that goes away, he's like, I'm a country singer now. When country was like got big, and it's like you just so happen to
Yeah.
go from Vanilla Ice to new metal
To
to country.
1967. Yeah.
And then he fucking faded from relevancy again, and he's like, I like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And that is his, I mean, like, that is his TV head. That's
Yeah.
MAGA head.
Yeah, that's
MAGA
funny.
head.
That's funny.
This
I mean,
MO.
that's he just found an angle, and like, as long as you know that, and you and like, you know, let dum dums be dum dums, and you don't have to do that thing. Like, you don't have to do if everybody's doing something, it's always smarter to do something else.
Yeah.
To stand off to like, because like whenever I see like Dane Cook got on the MySpace,
Mm.
and then everybody's like, I gotta get on MySpace, and then Mark Maron got a podcast, and everybody's like, no disrespect. I'm on a podcast right now.
No, listen, but I jumped on that train because I'm like, everybody doing it. Let me do
Right.
something that I like creatively.
Yeah, and you should, and everybody should, and everybody's able to. But like, if you were like, no one else is doing this one thing,
Yeah.
like that guy, like who does Subway takes, everybody started kind of doing that.
Yeah.
Like he'd be like, "What's your take?" And then he'd be like, "I 100% agree." Like I started
Yeah.
seeing like the little microphone stuff like all the time because he found a new thing that people thought it was cool. No one was doing roast battles when we started.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then they figured that out. Shout out to Rel Battle, who's on our show tonight.
Yeah.
And then no one was doing like Kill Tony, and then that became like a popular thing. And people started doing like their versions of that. Like, so whatever becomes cool, there's gonna be people that copy it.
Yeah. You were doing roast battles?
No.
No. You're just
Like,
saying in general.
in
like-
general, that wasn't even like a thing.
Yeah.
And then like you go to other cities and they're like, it's
Oh, yeah, this is
buddy-
roast battle. Yeah.
I always look at like I sign up for, like I follow the Lincoln Lodge in Chicago, and I'll be like, roast battle, and there's two people I've never heard of before. And I'll be like,
Just
I'm gonna
roasting.
write all these jokes in my head right now. This is a fat guy. She looks gay. I know exactly what they're gonna say
Yep.
because it's like you know, they just do cookie cutter.
Yeah.
You got to teach yourself how to do the jokes.
This comedy game is so different.
You gotta paint by numbers.
The only thing about politics or in general, when you ride a certain wave, I go, if this dies down or, you know, things start to change, this is something that people are going to remember you by now.
Yeah.
And so all the things that you're saying now,
Will and can be held against you.
exactly.
Yeah.
For bookings, for whatever, like
Yeah.
we don't know what's going to shift and what's going to change.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Jeff Dye might be the only comedian left at
Yep.
the end of
right.
it. It might just be Jeff Dye as the comedian. Might be all other non-Jeff Dye comedy is
Right.
illegal.
I love you, Mike.
That's a reference no one's going to get. Speaking of references, no one should get.
I love you, man. This was freaking amazing. You got anything? There's so much more stuff I wanted to say. Oh,
here's
no.
a book.
I have a new book.
Author.
No, we gonna keep. We got a little bit more. We can. We said 2-time offer. Let's talk about this a little bit.
I have a new one that just came out. This is the craziest comedy story I've ever heard. This happened in Kansas City, and so I guess the 4 craziest comedy stories I've ever heard in my 20-something years of comedy are in this book. And so I ended up writing the history of the Kansas City scene because 3 of those 4 stories happened in Kansas City. And so, like, a lot of people helped out with it. This is the scene, like, Eddie Griffin started there, Sinbad started there, Nikki Glazer started there, Chris Porter started there. And so we got all kinds of, like, I don't know how much time you have for it, but, like, there was...
No, go ahead.
The owner of the club was this criminal who got a fake FBI badge and started doing like drug busts in the 80s.
Oh my God.
And he went on a string of 33 fake sting operations to steal cocaine.
What?
And he came out to LA in like the early 80s and they sold their movie to Hollywood, and he got on the cover of like the LA Times and like the Hollywood Reporter and all this stuff. And they were calling him like the new Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. And then people started doubting his story, and he was like, "We'll fucking show you." And so he does this drug raid in Redondo Beach with 2 of his partners, and fucking 2 of them get murdered.
Oh my God.
Damn.
And so I'm like reading along with this, being like, "Oh my God." So this guy runs a club in Kansas City, and it's just like this guy's out of his mind.
Yeah,
he tried paying people in frozen chicken wings.
I wonder
would've
if it's
taken
the
them,
guy.
by the
Is
way.
it the guy that books?
This
Kansas?
guy's dead.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm like, his image fits right in this story.
there was a guy named Emery who lives in Burbank who faked being in a wheelchair for 2 years. Because he was getting standing ovations every time that he did it. And then he did in 2004, 2 years out, and everywhere he would go, he would be in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And he was faking the whole thing. And then he did this theater show, got a standing ovation, and fucking stood himself. And he said if I was wearing a tie, it would have gone towards the crowd. And then the fucking headliner, he was not the headliner. The headliner spit in his face.
Oh my gosh.
And then the main story that this is based on is the single craziest story that I've ever heard in stand-up. This guy, Kyle Paris, who lives in Chicago, he's homeless in Chicago, but we flew him out to Kansas City for the opening. He's a good guy. Nikki Glazer, when she started there, she was like, "Yeah, I was around like all of these people, like," and this was right after the roast of Tom Brady that she was like doing interviews for me. She wanted to talk about anything else besides that roast at that point. But this guy, he's kind of like an Andy Kaufman type. So he thought it would be very funny if he got roadkill and he brought it out of like a cooler and said that it was an animal trainer. And that like he was gonna make it jump through. He's gonna like, "Oh no, my animal's choking," and put a vacuum cleaner in its mouth.
Oh my God.
And turn it on to try to get whatever was choking it out, whatever. So he decides to do this bit at an open mic in Kansas City.
What?
In 2001, and so he finds a dead possum on the road in July in Kansas City. Which is a hot time.
Humid.
Oh my god.
Disgusting.
Ichiro, the baseball player, said playing in Kansas City in August is like 2 rats in a fucking sock.
Yeah.
Is what it said he felt like. But this is hotter. It's July. So he finds it. He does not have time to get ice. He puts it in a cooler, closes the cooler, puts it in his van, and drives to the club. This is a Monday open mic in Kansas City. There's only one club at this point in Kansas City. So there's like the room has 100 people in it. And so it's like packed. So he goes up on stage. He's like 3rd in the show. And he goes like, "I'm an animal trainer and I'm gonna go see my animal." He opens the cooler. It's been baking in the sun. Immediately, the front row is like, "What the fuck is in there?"
Oh my gosh.
Because it's just this thing. It's like it's just like a hot death smell. And so he takes it out, and people are like trying to get away. There's like And so he hides a vacuum cleaner behind the stage, puts the vacuum in the thing's mouth, and turns it on. A lot of people don't know this. When a vacuum sucks, it also blows out air.
Yeah.
And so when he turns this thing on, immediately people are stampeding, vomiting. The GM starts throwing pint glasses at his head, and he's still fully committed to the bit on the stage. And so, like, eventually they get him out of there, and he gets banned for life from the club. And he left his vacuum on the stage, so he wants to stay and to get his vacuum. And there's this image of him just sitting on the back steps, and people being like, "What the fuck, man?" Yeah. And he's just like, "I just thought it would work." And so, like,
He walked the crowd.
And so I've been on this mission to find out what is the most infamous story in stand-up history. I found out that my great uncle was the guy that fired Richard Pryor from the Aladdin.
Wow.
Your great uncle?
Yeah, I didn't even know this about it. He
What?
died well before I was
You
born.
buried the lead.
Yeah, he was like, I found out a lot about.
We might have to do a part 2.
Well, yeah, it's in Kansas City
No.
Comedy. Yeah, it's my second book. The first one was about the history of the Chicago scene. I just stumbled into this one when I was looking up this guy's story, and so yeah, this was like super fun to write. And if you like comedy stories, I made it easy. If you like comedy, I made it easy to digest and read because like comics are like, yeah, I'll pick it up.
Mike, we have to do a part 2 because there's so many things I didn't get to talk about with you, but there's also so many things that you're saying where I'm like, bro, why don't we? I know it's the joke before the laugh. We're supposed to get into jokes and writing and all those things.
We did.
But there's so much more to talk about. We're going to have you back, Mike. This has been amazing. Do me a solid before we get out of here. Talk to the camera and give them bad advice.
Bad
for
advice?
The comedian world. Yeah, the entertainment.
Okay. Let's see. Do what everyone else is doing. Do what everyone else is doing. If you see everybody trying to get a don't tell, that's exactly what you should be doing. If you see everybody like doing trans jokes, that's exactly what the fuck you should be doing. If you see everybody doing a podcast where we are not going to be woke on the podcast because we're going to tell it how it is. That's exactly what the fuck you should be doing. You need to, if everyone's doing it, that's exactly you want. If you see crowd work videos with no clip, with no jokes, it's exact. Ask them where they're from. Ask them. Get out there. Ask these people where they're from. Get out there. Ask these people how long they've been dating. Everyone else is doing it, so you need to do it. They need to know. They can't, and if there's a camera that faces the crowd fucking do it. Everyone is doing it, and you need to do it, okay? So whatever you can do to be like everyone else, you have to fucking do. Or you're not a real comic. Deuces.
Mike Bridestein. Hey, I'm your host, Shantae Wayans. Oh, actually, I'm going to let y'all close out first. Go ahead and let them know what you got. Show them the book again.
Kansas City Comedy. There's also one called The Perfect Amount of Wrong. It's about the Chicago scene. Every Wednesday, I'm at Microdose Comedy with David Jackson and with Danny Ledsinger and Kevin Silva and Damu Malik. Our 4-year anniversary show is coming up, and let's just fucking announce it here. We're going to be in the Netflix is a Joke Festival coming up, so hopefully some big names come through there. Find me on Instagram at Mike Bridestein.
Yeah.
Bridestein.
David, let them know what's
What
good.
up? I'm David Jackson at Original David Jackson on social media platforms. Holler at me. I'm at Microdose every Wednesday. It's my favorite comedy show to do. It's my homeroom. Please come see it. It's the best show ever. I'm with Shantae Wayans on the road right now.
Girl.
What'd you say?
I said you're.
I thought you should call me a girl again.
No,
I was like,
what?
what's up? But you can you can see those girl. cwayans.com is where you can find those dates.
You have to put that into Instagram. You can't type in her name or it won't show up.
No, I know.
Come holler at us. Come holler at us.
We actually just had it in New York too. So, all right, y'all. Shantae Wayans, you know what it is. Find me on social media everywhere at C Wayans, and yes, come check out Select the Sin Comedy Tour. CWayans.com. Join the Patreon. Patreon.com/C Wayans, and subscribe to The Joke Before the Laugh on Instagram and YouTube. Thank you so much for watching.